Well, I've just had something come up on the screen there, and I've got do not disturb because I'm screen recording on my phone. I've just checked the phone and something had popped up. It's probably going to ruin the flight now for the YouTube video, but we'll see. I don't know why when I've set my phone to do not disturb, notifications still come up. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video back on YouTube and there's all kinds of notifications gone up on the screen to spoil your pleasure and your viewing experience. I have to say I'm just really disappointed in what my phone decides to do sometimes. I'm going to have to find another way of recording these videos while I'm live on Twitch. So we've got a number of turns now here on the approach into Manchester as we're descending down to 7,000 feet. The mist again clinging to the higher ground there, as you can see down in the valleys behind us with the sunset off to the west. And there is, I do believe, the Blackpool estuary. Let's check the map. It certainly is. Yeah, so there's Morecambe Bay essentially in front of us, and there's Blackpool directly ahead. Then we're making a left turn at Settle, down to Rossen, and then down to MCT for our arrival for Manchester ILS runway 23 light as 23 right, sorry, as the golden haze of the sunset starts to disappear and we reach full night mode here now on the arrival. Still should be very scenic, lots of stars out in the sky at the moment. It's looking very, very picturesque. Wonderful views. Blackpool dead ahead. 8 nautical miles inbound. Settle now, making a left hand turn shortly, leaving that sunset behind as we head directly towards the sunset right now. The lights of the Pleasure Beach etc. off in the distance. Our left hand turn to Settle taking place any minute now. 53 minutes into the stream. Thanks so much indeed for joining us on Twitch TV. As I said, I do screen record on my phone when I'm doing this so I can upload the videos to YouTube. I've just glanced at my phone and there was a weird notification right across the screen. I don't know whether I can upload this video to YouTube or not later, because that could ruin the experience. If it's not there for too long, I'll simply edit that out and make the video as viewable as possible. So I'm going to keep checking my phone from now on, which I don't tend to do. I have it sat behind me, screen recording what I'm doing live on Twitch TV. Left hand turn any minute now for Settle. 4 nautical miles inbound, 4.6, 4.5. I'm just going to increase the EFIS range there now as we get closer to Manchester. There we go, 7,000 feet on reaching our next waypoint after settle. Our left hand turn coming up now. Aircraft's been slowed to 250 knots, as we're about to be coming through 10,000 in the next 10 minutes or so. Morecambe Bay off to the right hand side, the lights of Morecambe, the street lights of Blackpool and the Pleasure Beach etc. is directly ahead of us off the nose now, with our left hand turn, direct settle. That's the last time we'll be chasing the sunset on this flight. It will be off to our right hand side and behind us for the remainder of the flight now, until we turn round over the Glossop Valley, hopefully fully configured for landing, and then with just maybe the remnants of some pinks and reds on the horizon as we make our final approach into Manchester. Absolutely beautiful. You can follow that coastline all the way down past my house in Formby, right down to the Liverpool estuary, the city lights of Liverpool and Wallasey and the Wirral over on the Liverpool Peninsula, the Wirral Peninsula, sorry. City lights of Blackburn beneath us. Wonderful views on the descent into Manchester tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely clear night, very nice for flying. We've got some subtle low lying haze and fog, as you can see, off to our westerly direction, southwesterly direction, just off the nose to the right hand side. All of the towns, city lights, motorway lights, all very, very clearly visible beneath us on the arrival here. 57 minutes into the stream now. Thank you very much indeed for joining us at Jetstream TV and twitch.tv/TimsPilot. Always a pleasure to fly for you. Morecambe Bay off the right wing. Lots of low-lying fog on the hills of the Yorkshire Dales etc. and the Pennines off to the left hand side, round about the Peak District, which we'll be heading over that way to make our final turn for the ILS for 2-3 right, so we may be coming down through some of that mist on our descent in around about 10 minutes time. .14 nautical miles inbound now to Roden. That's our view out of the cockpit window. Yeah, so Rossen 13.5 nautical miles inbound now. Ground speed has slowed to 320 miles per hour. Currently doing 269 knots at 11,000 feet. Descending through 10,000 very shortly to 7,000 as programmed on the dashboard. All is well. Maybe bring in those speed brakes just a little bit to assist us with getting some of this speed off. Some air brakes in. Slow us down ever so slightly as we're approaching 10,000. Wonderful views of the night. Very, very pleasant indeed. As we hit the hour mark on the stream, thank you so much indeed, ladies and gents, for sticking with us on our arrival into Manchester this evening. Lots of aircraft activity ahead of us. We're going to have to keep our eyes peeled for any conflicts at all. Currently got Blackpool Airport off to our right hand side, off the right wing. And then we've got RAF Woodvale AB, which is very close to where my home is in Formby. That's just off to the right hand side as well. We're passing over the top of St Helens on our way into MCT today. And just before MCT, the city lights of Manchester will be off our left hand wing. Yeah, you can see the flashing lights of aircraft ahead of us now, around about the same flight level. We're going to have to be very vigilant here and make sure we don't have any kind of conflicts with any of the traffic on our way down. Direct inbound to Russin right now. Let's have a look off the right wing. Blackpool Airport off to the right hand side. You just barely see the lights in the distance there, off on the horizon. Woodvale and Formby coming up on the left hand side of your shot now, as we descend down over St Helens towards Russin. City centre lights of Manchester should be coming into view very soon. And once we hit the MCT, we will be making a left-hand turn heading out towards the Glossop Valley, and then coming back in for our arrival onto ILS 23 right at Manchester. Right, we've got aircraft lights off to the left-hand side now. Just keep our eyes on them, see what they're doing. He's off to our left hand side, so there's no issue there. Has he made a turn? Has he made a turn? Yes, he has. Bear with. Okay, there's the altitude noise. We have reached our assigned altitude of 7,000 feet now. We won't be bringing it any lower until we are out over the Glossop Valley for our return back to 23 right at Manchester. Just keeping my eye on this traffic now with our left hand turn as we head towards Manchester now. That's probably traffic inbound to Manchester. A little bit of a zoom in there, keep our eyes on him, see what he's doing, just makes it more interesting for our approach. The city lights in Manchester ahead. Let's just see what this guy's doing. There he is now. Stay zoomed in on that. Looks like he's coming in on finals at Manchester, to be fair. He's descending fairly rapidly. That's all good. He's where he needs to be. We are where we need to be. That's good. "64 minutes into the stream now. Thanks so much indeed for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, here at Jetstream TV and Twitch TV. Tim's a pilot streaming live. Thanks for joining us as we watch a couple of aircraft on final descent into Manchester. We'll just check the map now, see exactly where we are. Here is the aircraft that we are talking about, and that's exactly where they are. They're on descent and final approach now into the airport, and we are heading out over the Glossop Valley. We're making a right hand turn at India November 12. which should bring us in nicely onto the ILS for 23 right, which is where these two aircraft are right now. I'm going to bring us into a gentle descent down to 5,000 feet now. That's no issue at all with the high ground on the edge of the Glossop Valley. So 5,000 feet. Vertical speed, and we'll bring that down at 500 feet per minute. Should do us nicely. As we leave 7,000 now, you'll notice the aircraft nose is dipping slightly. 65 minutes into the stream now. Does zoom in ever so slightly, doesn't it, when you do that? Let me just, that's the view we need, I think, to be fair. So there we are now, currently tracking over Manchester city centre, the city lights beneath us. You can actually see one of the football stadiums just off the bottom of the screen there now. Probably the city ground. Let's just increase our rate of descent ever so slightly. I'm going to bring us down to 3,500 now. Increase the rate of descent down to 1,000 feet per minute. That should bring us in nicely to capture the glide slope, and I'm going to slow the aircraft down to 200 knots. .190 is about right. Right, let's get configured for our approach now. Landing lights are going to go on. We'll have the runway lights in as well. Okay. That's the lights sorted. Just check the exterior of the aircraft as we come over the top of Manchester. Sunset off behind us. There's our lights for landing, all configured. There are the runways at Manchester. Quite a nice thumbnail there. I've just screenshotted that. You'll probably notice a slight pause in the video. It is what it is. But we have got a right hand turn imminently now for 23 right. Aircraft is slowing down nicely. Our right hand turn will be taking place any minute now. I'm going to bring the aircraft down slightly faster than that. 2,000 feet per minute now with a right turn imminent. There we are. Descending the aircraft to 3,000 feet, and we will be doing a manual approach into Manchester today, ladies and gents. But there is our right hand turn right now. We should be making a turn over Stockport. 68 minutes into the flight. Currently about to line up with the ILS for 23 right here at Manchester. Right, let's get the aircraft configured for landing. Let's get some flaps in. Flaps 1. Flaps 5. And flaps 10. There's the runways ahead of us, gears coming down. Another aircraft on finals just ahead of us there now, you can see off in the distance. There he is just off the nose of the aircraft. issues, no other traffic. We're second in line for 23 right. Okay, we'll get the rest of them flaps in. Flaps fully configured now for landing. And it's slightly misty down there, as you can see on the approach. There's a lot of low-lying fog. I have to be extra cautious on the way in here. Okay, we're going to stick with the nose cam view now. Autopilot is going to be coming out around about 30 seconds time, and then I'm going to be manually hand flying the aircraft down onto the runway for 23. Picking up the ILS, so it's all good. Maybe slightly high. Okay, I have control. Autopilot is coming out. Auto throttle disengaged. I have control. Just bringing the thrust levers back ever so slightly now. Very nice glide path here, nice and smooth. There's no wind at the moment. It's a delight to fly this. Beautiful clear skies with the red twinge on the horizon there off in the west. 71 minutes into the stream now. You can see Stockport County's football ground just off to the left hand side there as we descend over Stockport. Thrust levers in the central position. We're getting a few gusts now on the way in. Real no issue at all. Say the aircraft in front of us has just landed on 2-3 now, so everything is good. He should easily be vacated by the time we arrive. Getting sink rate warnings. We just need to lift the nose a little bit. That's all good. Very nice and smooth. Approach is looking good. Just got some issue with frame rates dropping because we've got the low-lying weather and fog. It seems quite hazy on the horizon. Barely making out 2-3 left there, or just off to the left of our profile. But we're good. All of the lights are nice and clean, nice and clear. Approach is looking good. All configured for landing. Speed checked. Coming up to decision height, and the decision is to land. Continue. Checked.
$400.
400 feet. Check.
300.
300 feet. 200.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Throttles
Sink
to
rate.
idle.
Sink rate.
And there we are on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, right on the centre line. A very good evening to you and welcome to Manchester Ringway. Looking for the first available taxiway to vacate to our right hand side. Should take us up to the terminal. And then brakes in, slowing the aircraft down now, and we'll take this taxiway now to our right hand side. There we go. Lovely job. Oh, easy tiger, I've done it again. Not getting on with these taxiways today at all. That's more like it, that's more controlled. make sure those air brakes aren't in. Get rid of those flaps, we don't need the flaps now. Yeah, we'll just get the flaps in now. Find ourselves a stand at Terminal 3. "75 minutes into the stream, ladies and gents. Thanks so much indeed for joining us. We've just arrived at Manchester Airport, bang on time. Everything went well on the flight today from Glasgow. So we'll take our next available turn off to the right for a stand, which will be this one right here. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Parking brake is set. We'll just jump into the drone cam as we normally do here at Jetstream TV, and we'll have a little look around Manchester Airport, although it is at night and we're probably not going to see very much, but there you go. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Manchester. There's our aircraft on stand. The Aeroflyer 737 Pmdg. With the engines whirring away. Not a lot of activity at Manchester here at the moment. There's a couple of aircraft on the ground. You can see a few lights going on. We've got some service vehicles doing their chores, doing the rounds. We go and see if we can see any more landing aircraft on the runway. Well, there's 23 right. See if there's anything inbound on the map, maybe. Yes, there is. We've actually got 2 aircraft on final for 2-3 right, so this should be absolutely perfect if the map's telling us the truth. Well, it's saying that there's 2 aircraft on finals, but I don't see any aircraft lights, do you? Check that map again. I don't think I want this stream to end, ladies and gents, today. It's saying that we've got 2 on finals, so I don't really understand what's going on with these guys. Frozen in time, maybe? Because they ain't moving. Well, there's obviously nothing on finals, ladies and gents, but here we are over Manchester Airport in the northwest of England. We do have some traffic over there. Somebody's making a turn. They may be heading into the airport, but that's going to take them some time to get here, to be honest with you. Well, the city lights of Manchester off in the distance. The M60 motorway. And the car parks here at Manchester, and the runway lights of 2-3 right closest to us and 2-3 left a little bit further away. This actually makes for a very, very nice shot, doesn't it? Showing the entire airport. That's very nice actually. Get in here, we'll get an aerial shot of the airport, but at night. The threshold lighting for 2-3 and for 2-3 left. That should just about come into view there. That's looking very nice actually. Want more of that threshold lighting for 2-3 right, and then we'll get ourselves a nice thumbnail. You know the drill here on Jetstream TV, guys. I think that should do us nicely. Very, very nice aerial shot of Manchester Airport. We'll hit the thumbnail button. That is done. Don't know whether we'll use it for the actual thumbnail for the video, as I've got to review the footage because of the notifications that popped up on my screen. But anyway, from Manchester, Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, it's been Tim's a Pilot here on twitch.tv live. Video going up on YouTube for Jetstream TV, and once again, for the people watching live, much, much appreciated. I do read all your comments, and I'll be checking them as soon as I go offline in a few moments. So thank you once again for joining us. Until the next flight, look after yourselves, take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.